Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
Some of the great accomplishments. But before we do our awards, this is our first time here at the Comfort Inn, having a banquet, and we just couldn't be happier with everything that's happened. We'd like to thank Jordan and Jessica here at the Comfort Inn for everything they did to make the night special. So thank you very much. We'd like to recognize a couple coaches that are in the room tonight that achieved some very special honors this past year. First of all, Vicki Kowalski is, where's Vicki? There's Vicki. This year, Vicki was inducted into the National High School Athletic Coaches Hall of Fame this past June. Vicki has coached 5 sports over 46 years at Mercy High School and won 3 state championships, 3 state runner-up trophies, 6 regional titles, 30 conference titles, and 40 district titles. She's been tremendously involved in the MIGCA and the MHSA committees related to golf and is such a valued member of these committees. She's in the MIGCA Hall of Fame, the MHSCA Hall of Fame, the Catholic League Hall of Fame, Mercy High School Hall of Fame, and then now the National Hall of Fame. So congratulations, Vicki. Also attending the National Coach of the Year on event this year in Coralville, Iowa, is Andy Greil, the assistant coach at Grand Rapids Catholic Central, who was a finalist for the National Assistant Coach of the Year. Kim Naparowski, the head coach there, says the following about Andy. He is the heartbeat of our program. He shows what true support looks like. A former firefighter, his instinct is to protect and serve, and it's embedded in how he shows up for every player, every coach, and every practice. He's quite simply the glue that holds our program together. He's made a lasting impact not just on our program, but on golf across the region. This award is just a small reflection of the giant role you play in the success of our players and the integrity of our sport. Congratulations, Andy. As we continue on with our awards presentation, this is a new award that we created, the MIG created. We've been talking about it for a number of years, and it came to fruition this year, and it could not be presented to more deserving recipients. The Above and Beyond Award was created to recognize a player, a coach, a team, anyone associated with high school golf that has gone above and beyond in either the work that they do or the impact that they have on others as a result of their above and beyond efforts in high school golf. In the inaugural year of this award, we are so honored to be able to recognize the Charlevoix golf team, Coach Doug Drenth and Coach Bruce Boydon as the recipients of this award. We as high school coaches teach our players the skills of the game, but we also spend time teaching life lessons, what it means to be a team, overcoming adversity, persevering, having resilience, are all the skills, among others, we try to help our student athletes navigate through. We are all familiar with what this team, their families, and their community have been through. This was truly a story of tragedy and heartbreak to absolute joy and happiness. These skills became so important to Coach Drenth, Coach Boydin, and the members of the Charlevoix golf team. Coach Drenth, who was seriously injured in what his players described as heroic efforts to save his players, provided inspiration to everyone, not only within the program, but also in the community, across the state, and even across the nation. Coach Boydin stepped in and worked to keep everyone staying together and working towards the future. After the unthinkable events of 2025, no one was quite sure what the future in 2026 would hold. The unthinkable happened again, but this time in such a positive way, as the team had a historic season, 3 invitational wins, conference champions that included all players shooting in the 70s with a school record of 301, first place at the regional championship, followed by a made-for-movie ending of winning a state championship. All the players that scored at the state finals were involved in the accident. Bryce Boss tied for first. Joe Gaffney, who has 76 pieces of metal in what was a shattered pelvis, finished 9th. Landon Whistler 12th, and Maxwell Drenth 47th. This team has given all of us perspective and inspiration for what is truly important in life. We are also grateful that success in so many ways has come to all of them, and we thank them for showing us how to be a team, how to never give up, and that some amazing outcomes can come from terrible adversity. Congratulations to them for winning the Above and Beyond Award. Coach Drenth is in Florida doing rehab, and we'll make sure that he and his team get this award. So congratulations. Next, Mark Posey will be up.
I'd like to ask Bob Lober to make his way up here, please. Come on. You gave me another 34 seconds, and it'll take another minute 20. It is a privilege to represent the Michigan Interscholastic Golf Coaches Association in honoring a man who has quite literally shaped the landscape of high school and youth golf in the state of Michigan for the last 43 years. For nearly 3 decades at Traverse City Central High School, Bob set the standard for coaching in Michigan. He led the Trojans to 411 wins, capturing 137 invitationals and the 1996 Class A Boys State Championship. Along the way, he founded the school's girls golf program, mentored 58 all-state golfers, and helped over 30 players reach the collegiate level, leaving an indelible mark on generations of student athletes. And in 1984, he even made the time to found the Traverse City Junior Golf Association, who just got done a few years ago celebrating its 40th year. In helping lead the MIGCA, Bob has been a consistent force behind our growth and success. He served our association on the board of directors as our president and for 12 dedicated years as our executive director. Since 2004, he has also served as the chairman of our Hall of Fame committee. Bob's impact has earned him our highest honors, including twice being named MIGCA Boys State Coach of the Year, receiving our MIGCA Distinguished Service Award, and earning the National Boys Golf Coach of the Year title in 2000. He has been rightfully inducted into 4 separate Hall of Fames. More than that, it's been the guidance and the mentorship that he's so openly given of himself to so many coaches that have benefited from him. It has always been how he has genuinely cared about this sport, the players, and especially each one of the coaches that were lucky enough to come across his path. Tonight we honor and celebrate his dedication to our organization with a special gift made by a former Traverse City Trojan player, Tyler Moss, who owns and operates a company out of Traverse City called the Golf Project. Our membership and board wanted to thank you for all that you've given to the MIGCA, to the sport, and all the lives that you've touched. Thank you, Bob.
And I got a room with him tonight.
Yes.
You know, back in the early 2000s, Des Jones was our president, and when I stepped aside from the MIGCA executive director's position, I received this watch, and it says, MIGCA thanks you. I've been wearing this every day for 25 years. When I get up in the morning and I go to bed at night, this is with me. 43 years, it's been incredible. I've enjoyed every year, incredible friendships, and believe me, I didn't know anything about this. Thank you. God bless. Thank you very much.
And Mark Rapid.
The MIGCA thanks you for your unwavering support and contributions to high school and junior golf. This is incredible. It changed the club. This is my happy place. This is my happy place. Probably not gonna like me because I'm the one paying for that.
Thank you so much, Bob. Been, as Mark said, just inspiration to all of us. Next, we'd like to honor a couple people with our Distinguished Service Award. And our very first person I'm going to ask her to come up first is Deb Culver. selected as our 2025 Distinguished Service Award winner, and unfortunately was battling some health issues and unable to attend last year. Her contribution to the MIGCA deserves all the recognition we can give her. She is so special to golf in Michigan, and especially because of all she has done for the MIGCA over many, many years. Deb took over as the head coach of Swartz Creek Girls Varsity Program in August of 2008. Over her time as head coach, she transformed the team into a highly competitive program in the Flint Metro League and on the state level as well. Her team won the Flint Metro League Championship multiple times, earned an official top 12 state ranking in Division II, qualified several All-State individual golfers, and had many All-State academic selections. She was selected as the Division II Regional Coach of the Year in 2009, and then again in 2016. Her contributions to high school golf extend past coaching, as she has been a member of the MHSA Golf Committee multiple times and has been a member of the MIGCA Board of Directors for over 16 years. She retired her position last year. Her contributions to the MIGCA in various roles have been so valuable to all the coaches. Her recent position of Special Events Chairperson allowed us to host so many outstanding state banquets and other events, thanks to all of her hard work. The amount of work that Deb put in for the State Finals Award is unbelievable, and she did it in such a way that each of the student athletes that were recognized there had special memories for a lifetime. The MIGCA is so proud and so honored to be able to celebrate and recognize you for the Distinguished Service Award. Congratulations.
I just want to say a few things. My first coaching experience was at Perry Invitational, and it was my first tournament, and I was searching for my team. I could not find them. I knew they were on 5 holes, but I didn't know what 5 holes, and I didn't know the course. And this person here came up to me because I was parked on the green, and very nicely came over and said, "You can't do that. You gotta be 30 feet." My players for the rest of the years of my career would always ask, "Why are you always 30 yards out? Why aren't you closer to the green?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm not doing that again." That was my experience. I grew up in a sports family, all brothers, went to hundreds of games, all sports. While my dad watched my brothers play or I watched my brothers play, I found myself watching the coaches. In fact, I kept a notebook for every game I went to for 14 years and wrote comments about the coaches. After college, I was honored to go to Dallas, Texas and work for the Dallas Cowboys. And in my opinion, watched one of the best coaches ever, Tom Landry. My dream after my return from Dallas was to become a coach, a dream that was fulfilled for many years and led me to volunteer at the MAGCA. For those of you that thought of me in this distinguished award, I want to say thank you. I have a heart of gratitude, and I'm honored. Thank you.
Our 2026 Distinguished Service Award goes to 2 gentlemen that everybody in this room is familiar with, Mick and Terry Kildare. Mick, come on up. We are so pleased to be able to recognize Mick and Terry for a lifetime of extraordinary service, invaluable support, and an unwavering commitment to high school and junior golf. Mick and Terry have had a tremendous impact on high school golf over 20 years of work with the MHSAA and the MIGCA officiating high school tournaments, especially the postseason events culminating with the state finals. Their knowledge and passion are unparalleled. Besides high school golf, they have extensive service to the Golf Association of Michigan and to college, amateur, and professional events. The MIGCA and all of our coaches are so grateful to Mick and Terry for all they have and continue to do for our junior golfers. You have made a tremendously positive impact on the sport that you love so much and helped create a next generation of golfers that will make you proud. On another side note, Terry and Mick have also been selected as the Michigan High School Coaches recipients of the Distinguished Service Award, which will be recognized in November? Sorry, I got the date wrong.
September 27th.
Oh, September 27th, there you go. So on behalf of the MIGCA and all of our coaches and everybody that you've impacted, congratulations so much on receiving the MIGCA Distinguished Service Award.
Terry and I are very, very humbled to receive this award. Coaches, I only got one thing to say. You do in one afternoon what we did for our 25 years. I respect every one of you. Keep it up. Thank you, everybody.
Good evening. I have the honor of starting announcing our Regional Coaches of the Year. And one thing that is really special about this award and an honor for all of those who will be receiving the award this evening is this is an award that is given and voted on by the peers. So every coach that is receiving this award tonight, and the girls and the boys, were selected by the coaches in their region to receive this honor. At this time, if I could have all of the Girls Division I Regional Coaches of the Year who are present come join me on stage. Joining me on stage are our Girls Division I Regional Coaches of the Year. Our first coach is Hope Workazeski from Salem. We have Dan Cooper from Troy, Athens, and Monty Gallagher from Lake Orion. Congratulations. Quick little bio. Well, I guess everyone left, but Hope and her team this year, this is Hope's 5th year coaching with 3 top 10 finishes, 4th place in conference this season, 3rd place finish at regionals, and a 16th place finish at the state finals. So great. This is Dan's 22nd year of coaching. His team this year had 2 top 10 finishes, 2nd place in their conference, a 5th place at the regional tournament, and then had an individual for the All-State team, Division I. And this is Monty Gallagher's 23rd year of coaching. The team this season had 3 top 10 finishes, finishing 3rd in their conference, 6th place at regionals. So congratulations to all of our D1 coaches. At this time, if our Division II girls regional coaches could join me on stage, appreciate that. All right. Joining me on stage right now, and I'll read their bios here in just a moment. We have Peter Remington from Bay City, John Glenn, Tom Cork from Sparta, Ann Offer from Forest Hill Central, Bob Filter from East Lansing, Jesse Freed from Port Huron Northern. Give them a congratulations. Remington's 26th year coaching. The team this season finished third, 3 top 10 finishes, 4th overall in the conference, and a 7th place finish at their regional tournament. This is Tom's Court's 23rd year coaching. There were 8 top 10 finishes for the Sparta girls this season, finishing 2nd in their conference, 2nd at the regional tournament, and a 15th place finish at the state tournament. This is Ann Offer's first year coaching. There were 10 top 10 finishes for her team this year. They finished 3rd in the OK White, 1st place at the regional tournament, and 3rd place overall at the state tournament. This is Bob's 22nd year coaching. The team had 5 top 10 finishes, finishing 2nd in their conference and 4th at regionals, and had an individual qualifier at the state tournament. This is Jesse Freed's 9th year coaching. There were 2 top 10 finishes for the team. They finished 4th place in their conference, 5th at regionals this season. Congratulations to all our Division II regional coaches. At this time, if I could have all of the girls Division III regional coaches that are here tonight, please join me on stage. Joining me on stage at this time are Beth Fuhrer from Forest Hills Eastern, Ben Cook from South Christian, Jeff Wade from Standish Sterling, and Jason Rumble from Ortonville Brandon. This is Beth Fuhrer's 5th year coaching. There were 8 top 10 finishes for the team this season. They finished 5th place in conferences, 2nd at regionals, and 6th place overall at the state tournament. This is Ben Cook's 11th year coaching. There were 4 top 10 finishes for the team. They finished 1st in their conference, 2nd at regionals, and 4th place at the state tournament. This is Jeff Wade's 5th year coaching. The team had 8 top 10 finishes this season, finishing 1st place in their conference and a 5th place at regionals, and had an individual qualify for the state tournament. This is Jason Rumble's 22nd year coaching. The team had 2 top 10 finishes, finishing 8th place in their conference and 10th place at their regional. If I can have all of the Division IV Girls Regional Coaches of the Year join me on stage. Joining me on stage this evening are Marley Milsbrandt, Don Cubbins. Okay, I have 2. This is now my second. More than 2. All right, this is Marley Milbrandt's 2nd year coaching. They finished 4th in the conference this season and finished 5th at the regional tournament. This is Don McCubbin's 7th year coaching. There were 4 top 10 finishes for the team this season, finishing 1st place in their conference, 2nd place at regionals, and 5th place at the state tournament. And on behalf of our coaches that could not be here in attendance, I would also like to extend a congratulations to our other regional coaches of the year, Tony Eli from Portage Central, Melissa Schmidt from Ann Arbor Skyline, Dan Stark from Spring Lake, Pat Coleman, Riverview, Kevin Robinson, Charlotte, Dan Luft, Detroit Country Day, Mike Newhouse, Elk Rapids, Jessica Wagonmaker, Holton, Mike Shield, Kalamazoo Christian, and John Servos from Clinton. Congratulations to all our divisional coaches, regional coaches of the year.
First up, for the Michigan Interscholastic Golf Coaches Association Boys Regional Coaches of the Year. Please come up for D1, Todd Hersey. Nathan Oak. Todd Bashorn. Debbie Williams-Hoke. Ray McMahon. Todd Hersey, number of years coaching, 29. Number of top 10 finishes in tournaments, 14. Conference finish, number 1. Finish at regional, first again. Finish at MHSA state finals, 9. Todd Hersey. Nathan Oak, please stand. Number of years coaching, 26. Number of top 10 tournament finishes, 14. Conference finish, 3rd. Finish at the regionals, 1st. Finish at MHSA state finals, 8. Good job. Todd. Thank you, Gosworn. My bad. Number of years coaching, 13. Number of top 10 tournament finishes, 14. Fantastic. Conference finish, 1st. Finish at regionals, 2nd. Finish at the MHSA state finals, 13. Debbie Williams-Hoke. Number of years coaching, 20. Number of top 10 tournament finishes, 14. Conference finish, 1st in the Southeastern. Finish at regional, 3rd. Finish at states, 7th. Congratulations. Number of years coaching, 13. Number of top 10 tournament finishes, 3. Conference finish, 4th. Finish at regional, 8th. Great job, Ray.
Boys Division II, we can get coaches Colin O'Connell and William Hammer. Colin O'Connell from Parma Western, number of years coaching, 5. Number of top 10 tournament finishes, 15. Conference finish, 1st in the Interstate 8. Finish at regionals, 2nd. Finish at state finals, 10th.
Can Dean Caldwell please come forward? This is Regional Coaches of the Year, Division 3. Zen Timmer, Lee McAllister, Charlie Butler. Please come forward. First up, Dean Caldwell. Number of years coaching, 3. Number of top 10 tournament finishes, 4. Conference finish, 1st. Finish at regional, 6th. Great job, Dean. Zen Timmer. Zen Timmer, number of years coaching, 3. Number of top 10 tournament finishes, 1. Conference finish, 3rd in the CSAA. Finish at regional, 10. Great job. Lee McAllister. Number of years coaching, 4. Number of top 10 tournament finishes, 4. Conference finish, 1st in the CMAC. Finish at regional, 3rd. Finish at the MHSA States, 12th. Last but not least, Charlie Butler. Number of years coaching, 19. Number of top 10 finishes, 6. Conference finish, co-champions in the Huron League. Finish at regional, 2nd. Finish at MHSA state finals, 7.
Division 4 coaches, if we could come up. Tim Morley, Inland Lakes. Brian Fuller, Harbor Beach, and Wynn Moore, Royal Oak Shrine. Tim Morley, number of years coaching, 10. Number of top 10 finishes, 5. Conference finish, none. Finish at regionals, individual finish 13th. Tim Morley. Brian Fuller, number of years coaching, 3. Number of top 10 finishes, 0. Conference finish, 7th, Big Thumb Black Division. Finish at regionals, 9th. Brian Fuller. Wynn Moore, number of years coaching, 1. Number of top 10 finishes, 2. Co-champions of the Catholic League, 4th finish at regionals, and qualified 2 state individuals. Wynn Moore. The regional coaches, boys coaches of the year that could not be here tonight: William Bond, Livonia Stevenson, Garrett Lovis, Troy, Jason Balakowski, Greenville, Jason Voss, Holland, Fred Hinks, DeWitt, Jeffrey Chauvin, Lexington Croswell, Chad Daly, Kent City, Lee Kozlowski, Schoolcraft, Jake Kokulon, Essexville, Jeff Van Nord, McBain Northern Michigan Christian, Jason Block, Lansing Christian, Rick Muner, Whitmore Lake. Your 2026 Valley's Regional Coaches of the Year.
I'm going to ask Dan Stoltz and offer Seth Davies and Don McCubbins to come forward kind of to my left here, please. we're going to bring them up one by one here. We're going to start with Dan Stoltz. Come on up, Dan. Dan has completed 19 years of coaching golf at Okemos. He had quite a storied career. He's had 3 Miss Golf recipients. He was overall Coach of the Year in 2024. He's been the Divisional Coach of the Year 3 times. Last fall, his team was 3rd at the Division I Finals. His teams have won 15 consecutive conference titles. Last year, they had just an awesome season, setting new school records for 9 and 18 holes. Please welcome Dan Stoltz.
Can't trust these eyes. I would like to thank the MIGCA for this wonderful honor. I am truly humbled by this selection. And there are so many outstanding coaches in this state. I know so many of you, and I've admired and learned from so many. And I feel like receiving this award this year and being able to really feel the history of the MIGCA makes it even that much more special to me. And I want to give all the glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and I want to thank Him for guiding me and trusting me with these outstanding young athletes and their supportive parents. God has been very, very good to me. I want to thank my wife and kids, my parents. They've all been so supportive of me during my coaching career, and they've been my biggest cheerleaders and really my motivation to really try to do my best. I want to thank my assistant coach, Tyler Hersey, Todd's younger brother. Tyler is such a great human being, humble, knowledgeable, and caring, and I'm sure my girls are looking forward to when I retire that he'll be the head coach. So I'm quite sure that's the case. I also want to congratulate the other coaches being honored tonight. I especially want to thank Bob Filter for all he's done to help me in my coaching career. I know how much he does for the MIGCA, and his honor as the overall coach is one that is very well deserved. Also, a big congrats to those past Hall of Fame members for all you did to lay this foundation, and then those who are currently going in the Hall of Fame. We know, how much your years of service mean to the state of Michigan, and you've made a huge difference in countless lives. Thank you very much for this award, and God bless.
Our Division II coach, come on up, Ann, is Ann Offer from Forest Hill Central. She's off to a great start. She's a first-year coach. Last fall, they had 4 tournament titles. They won the regional championship, 3rd place at the Division II finals. Ann has been a public school educator for 15 years. Please welcome Ann.
So I'm deeply honored and humbled to receive this award in my first year as head coach. It comes as a wonderful surprise and is truly a reflection of the hard work, commitment, and growth our team demonstrated through the season. My sincere thanks to the MIGCA for the incredible honor, as well as our school community, athletic department, all of whom contribute to our success. I am incredibly proud of our players. Their dedication, teamwork, and positive attitudes made this year so rewarding. On a personal note, I also want to give a special thank you to my husband and daughter for keeping everything running smoothly at home and for supporting us at our jamborees and tournaments. This recognition means a great deal, and I share it with everyone who was a part of this memorable season. Thank you.
Our Division III Girls Coach of the Year is Seth Davies from Grand Rapids Christian. Come on up, Seth. Seth's girls last fall won 2 invitationals, and they were runner-up in 2 others. They were runner-up at the Division III finals. Seth is a teacher at Grand Rapids Christian. He's been there 26 years. He's been a coach since 2002. Please welcome Seth.
Good evening. I just want to say thank you very much as well, and I appreciate the votes of votes from all the coaches that are here. It's an impressive thing to look at all the people and all the talent here and know that I should be humble enough to be recognized that way. I know there's lots and lots of coaches here that deserve this, and there's fantastic people that are in this room that help every year to coach. I kind of think about three things. First of all, the game is a fantastic game. I love the game of golf and all that can be taught to students. And I love all the people that are in this. I have coached rugby and badminton in Indonesia. I've coached basketball and bowling and volleyball here. And at every other sport, there are lots of contentious, competitive people. And that's fantastic in some ways, and yet the community here in golf is a fantastic thing. When I think about the OK White, the OK Gold that I've been lucky enough to be in, there's many coaches that are here from that. I know it's that way in all of our leagues and our divisions. There are fantastic people that are just great to be with. The third thing then, besides the game and the people that we get to coach with here is the kids. And I just love spending time. You know, every year you come into the beginning of the season again, and it's been that way over the summer. You can, oh, there's so much to do, and I don't know if I can coach again this year and teach and do all the things. And then you go out and spend 10 minutes with a golfer, with a young person that you can be with and enjoy, and the life and the love of the game and the things that we can impart to them that we're lucky enough to be able to do is rejuvenating, and I love spending the time with the kids. So I also would like to thank God, first of all, for the time that we get to have, for my family. My wife is over there, and my kids that many days don't see me for another few hours every day after school. Thank you for that as well, and to thank you for all of you for this honor. I really, really appreciate it.
Our Division 4 Coach of the Year is Don McCubbins of Napoleon. So I've had a front row view to Don's 7 years at Napoleon High School. Our schools are in the same conference, and I've just been so impressed. You won't find a coach that works harder to help kids improve. You won't find a coach with more enthusiasm. He's been great to have in our league, and just to watch him work with the kids. They won their first league title last fall since 2018. They were 5th place at the state finals. That was their school's best finish ever. He did coach the Division 4 medalist who is here to support him, his daughter Anna. Welcome, Anna. Please welcome my good friend Don McCubbins.
I was going to get to speak till not too long ago, so I'll make it short and sweet. It's great to be part of a community like this. Very welcoming. I was the league girls softball coach. You know, the dad that just wanted to coach his daughter. Picked up the game of golf in 2010. Fell in love with it. It is absolutely the greatest game. And when I decided to coach high school golf, I wasn't their first, second. I was probably their third or fourth choice from the school admin. But when I got there, I didn't know Jack or Jill. So I would like to start first by thanking Ray Hill. His leadership and guidance has been great through the 7 years. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today. I'd like to thank all the other coaches in MIGCA for their support and voting for me. And then last but not least, my daughter, Anna, who clearly lit the coaching light years ago when she was young. And now she's moving on to play golf. And again, this is the best time of the year for me. I so look forward to it. And I look forward to earning more of these awards in years to come. Thank you.
Next up, we are going to celebrate the 2026 MIGCA Boys Divisional Coaches of the Year. This time we'll ask Debbie Williams-Hope to make her way up here for the 15th time tonight. And Dan Caramel from Grand Rapids West Catholic, please. She should just have a seat, shouldn't she? Start with Debbie. The Saline boys golf team had a special and record-setting year in 2026. In conference play, the team won their third consecutive championship with a 12-1 season record. The Saline Hornets won every match they played. Of the top 12 nine-hole scorers in Saline golf history, the 2026 team will own 5 of those 12, with 145 being their lowest score of the season. In invitationals, their team had the second lowest scoring average of 304 in Saline history. They won 5 invitationals this year and had the 6th lowest score in history with a 296 at Arcadia Bluffs. Saline also had 27 all-tournament selections this year. Their score of 610 at the state finals is the lowest score shot by Saline since 2009. What an exciting season for us this year, she said. She is proud of her team and everything that they accomplished. More importantly, these guys are all quality young men and such a joy to be around. We had such a fun and memorable season. She's grateful to her assistant coaches, Randy Hoffman and Scott Hummel, their athletic director, Ashley Mantha, and assistant AD, Jeff Pike and Allie Littlejohn, for all they do to give our student athletes such great opportunities. Also, she'd like to thank her fellow coaches for choosing her for this wonderful award. There are so many great coaches in our state, and it's very humbling to be recognized. Everyone,
Mark kind of said it all. I just am so grateful to be here, so humbled, and again, it boils down to the guys that I had on my team. Just a tremendous group of guys that kind of bought into some of the things that we tried to teach them. Certainly Randy Hoffman as my assistant coach has helped tremendously, and congratulations to all the other coaches that have won this, and just again, very grateful. Thank you very much.
We also had the Division II Coach of the Year, Fred Higgs from DeWitt, could not make it with us tonight.
Representing Division III, Dan Caraval. The 2026 season began with great anticipations for Dan. He was returning 2 All-State players. The experience went a long way to help the team. Young men spent many hours in the winter in the simulator working on their game. They started out their season with a few invitationals and moved on to their OK Gold, where they finished second behind a very strong South Christian team. Had their ups and downs with some injuries and played well at regionals, winning regionals, and with a team score of 327, which motivated them to go on into the state finals with confidence. Day 1, state set a tone for success with a score of 314, and they moved on to day 2 and played outstanding, scoring 311 for a total of 625 for 2 days. Congratulations to seniors Owen Kotowski, senior Alex Bardish, senior Cal Peterson, sophomore Aiden Stellini, and freshman Brendan Morgan. The team set a goal for this season and did what they set out to do by winning states.
Well, there's a lot of things I'd like to say, but I'll tell you, this organization, the people I've met, the coaches I've met, the athletes I've met through these past 15 years, lo and behold, I never thought I'd see the day I'd be a golf coach. Started out, I was in the Gracie at Grand Rapids area as an athletic director and a board member. I coached football, baseball, basketball. I played golf for fun. West Catholic's coach, our athletic department, Dan Rowan, you probably know the name, called me up one day, he says, I thought I was going to get the baseball job. He said, I want you to be the golf coach. Silence was in the room. Trust me. So I said, well, if I accept the position, I don't know, you like kids, you like parents, you get along with them. And here I am standing up here, never thought I'd see the day this was ever going to happen. And my young boys this year, I'd never seen a group of boys work so hard. And there's many people here. Kim Naporowski, my goodness, she opened her arms when I took this program and welcomed me. And I lost a great friend here at South Christian a few years ago. Mark Banstein died of a terrible tragedy. And our athletic director, Angelique, played for him, so there's a lot of bond there. Bob Kaminsky, he's going to be honored tonight. Met this guy a couple of years ago. Wow, didn't know a whole lot about Bob, but my goodness, what things he's done over the years. Mark Posey, another great person. I love to go up to his golf course. I love being around his people. I love the way he manages things, and I just want to say thank you to everybody else, and good luck in the future for everybody. Thank you.
In fact, Coach Carmel there coached a couple of my kids. We've got twins who one went to Grand Rapids Catholic Central, one went West Catholic. Kim says she got the better golfer. Dan says he got the better golfer. So I stay out of that mess. And then our youngest went to West too. So Dan, congrats. It's awesome to see that. Well done. I'm up here. If I would kindly ask Sherry Becker and Tom Wicks to make their way to the stage. Hopefully they're here. Oh, I see Tom. All right. Oh, good. Sherry's here too. All right. Come up if you want. I don't make the rules. You can do whatever you want. So. There you go. All right. Sherry, ladies first. Ladies first. So I am announcing the 2026 MIGCA Boys and Girls Assistant Coaches of the Year. As was noted earlier, I was somehow selected to be the recipient of that last year. It was a huge honor, and I'm excited to be here to honor both of you for these awards. Sherry, a relative rookie, 3 years coaching. She's been with St. John's for the past 3 seasons. She's one of the few, I read this earlier, she's one of the few JV coaches in the entire Lansing area who's returned season after season. It says something. Not sure what, but it says something. She's hosted JV tournaments at the Emerald each season, which provides one of the few opportunities in the Lansing area. Varsity coach Rick Schultz said, Sherry has been a tremendous asset to our program. She is always willing and available to help with varsity events and regional tournaments. With our teams that have qualified for the state tournament, Sherry has always been willing to show up to the event and support our program. She's dedicated to helping players improve their golf game and develop life skills, and we are fortunate to have her on our program. Sherry, congratulations on being the Boys Division Assistant Coach of the Year. Tom Wicks. Met Tom at the Meadows there a couple months ago. One of the most successful seasons in recent program history for the Chelsea girls golf team. The team captured the SEC White Division Championship with a 10-3 conference record and went undefeated in all White Division matches. They carried that momentum into the postseason, winning the SEC tournament by, is that right? I'm going to count them, not go to numbers. 70 strokes? 70 strokes, with each of the top 4 players earning all conference honors. The team went on to finish second at regionals, securing a spot in the state tournament, and ultimately placed 12th at states, which happens to be the program's best finish in the last 14 years. Tom spent 16 seasons coaching the boys program, and 4 seasons with the girls, serving every year as an assistant coach and playing an instrumental role in the growth and development consistency of the Chelsea Golf. His love for the game and the student athletes he mentors goes far beyond the course. His genuine care for every player helps them build confidence in the game while also guiding them through important life lessons in discipline, resilience, and character that will carry them for years to come. Tom, congratulations on being the MIGCA Girls Division Assistant Coach of the Year.
Thanks for the award. I'm shocked, to tell the truth, but the biggest thing I'd like to say is that I don't get this reward without Coach Mo. He is one of the best. Maybe I think he's the best coach, but you know, that's just me. But I'm so proud of what he and I have done for the last 12 years at Chelsea Golf. It's just been unbelievable. The know, all the records we've set. We've been in the state finals the last 12 years in a row. It's just been, and it's been so much fun. I can't tell you how much fun. I look forward to it. Golf is kind of my life. I never thought I would be a golf coach, but it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. So, anyway, thank you very much.
Okay, I am so excited and honored to be able to announce to you Bob Filter from East Lansing as our 2025 overall Coach of the Year for girls. Come on up, Bob. I can tell you, I've been coaching a lot of years, and I remember Bob, the first time I ever met him, clean shaven, spit shine, all good, smiling, and had these loudmouth Argyle slacks on. I'm like, wow, okay. So I kept track of him, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Through the years, as I've known him, I have so much respect for this guy. He has done so much for all of us coaches, as well as the tournaments he has hosted have been perfect in every way. I have been so blessed to be able to partake in many of those tournaments. So I want to congratulate Bob on his award as being the 25 overall Girls Coach of the Year. Congratulations, Bob.
Kim, I might not be clean shaven anymore, but this past week I got braces on for the first time as a 45-year-old, so maybe that takes a few more years off the clock. Thanks, Kim. This award really feels undeserved because I've really been mentored and supported by so many great coaches over the last 22 years, some of whom are here in the room. But as a new teacher, a guy named Paul Martin took me under his wing, and Paul said, well, you're not going to get the job as the JV coach, but you can be my assistant JV coach. And Paul had just stepped down from being varsity coach. And Paul started that journey. Paul took me to clinics, introduced me to a lot of you, Al, Tom Weddock, Gedge. I got introduced to all these legends just because I was sitting on a cart next to Paul. And probably a lot of you thought I was just a player who didn't get to play in that tournament. So, so this award is not only in my hands, but it's because you all took the time and had the patience to teach something to that younger version of me. I'm not the greatest golfer, I'm not the greatest coach or teacher, but I try to approach the way I do things in life and in this game with hard work and humility. I hope to treat every player, every coach, every parent, golf course staff member, rules referee with the same grace and patience that you all have shown to me. So thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I have the distinct honor tonight to introduce a great friend of mine, a coaching colleague, a business partner, and an absolute point of pride for the community of Brighton. Coach James Dooling is this season's Michigan Boys Golf Coach of the Year. I've known James for nearly all of his life, which is a lot less than nearly all of my life. But I've been thinking about this speech for about 15 years because I knew that one day I'd be able to make it. I did two really smart things this morning, though. I timed myself. 3 minutes is the answer you're waiting for on that. And I also increased my font size because I forgot my reading glasses, so I'm going to make the cut on the number I hope. But the truth is this. This gentleman right here
When I try to think of all the aspects of life that I know him through and I try to summarize, the things that come to mind for me are quality focused, passionate, humble, and people first. Whether it's within the world of coaching high school athletes or soon to be college athletes, or it's in the business world, Jimmy operates with one of the best toolboxes of anybody that I know. I spent the last 2 days with 2 members of his former Brighton team from this season, and I had an opportunity to ask them the questions. What comes to mind when you think of your time with Coach Doolin? Senior All-Stater Adam Forcier reported that his metaphors and his parables, his cliches, and the Jimmyisms, as he called them, were what he will remember most, and he gave me an absolute gem. Coach Doolin remarked to Adam, "Does the tree grow all at once, or has it been growing all along?" What better advice for a developing junior golfer. Junior All-Stater Grady Bissett reported that his walks in the fairway together, the calming and motivating of him for the task at hand, are what he will cherish and miss the most. A very supportive parent who also works as a business executive summarized Coach Doolin by saying that the time, energy, organization, communication, the details, the roster decisions, reflections, and the performance and the overall leadership are among the best he's ever seen. High praise from a business leader. Another parent mentioned that his hierarchy of importances included at the top of the tier, the program, followed by the team, and last the individual. This is what will stick with him. Finally, before I hand the mic over to Coach Dooley, who's the best golf coach that I know, I'd like to point out that thank the support system that's here with him this evening. Sister Ashley is a golf industry leader herself. She's been following the career of the Brighton Bulldogs as long as I can remember. Mother Carol Griffiths is a very busy real estate broker who's also found the time to come watch and encourage her son lead the Brighton Bulldogs. Father James Doolin, who's retired, still active, very active PGA member, who tracks the Brighton Bulldogs like they were PGA Tour players, supports and encourages his son's journey in coaching, and most importantly, his wife Kelly and son JB, who I know are there in more ways than one throughout the entire year, and support the hectic and the emotional journey of today's high school coaches. Truly a village of amazing people to support an amazing golf coach. With that, I'd like to introduce the Michigan Boys Golf Coach of the Year, James Doolin from Brighton High School.
He can make all the noise he wants now, it's just me. Thank you all so much for this recognition. It's a tremendous honor to be recognized by my peers. I'm a product of high school golf. I was a former high school golfer here in the state of Michigan. It was always my dream to be a part of the super team. It was something I worked for every season. My senior year in high school was what I thought would be the height of my accomplishments in high school golf. And after so many years here coaching back with all of you, I'm here up on stage collecting an award I never thought would have been possible. It was never a goal to be up here in front of you all speaking in regards to this, award. It always felt like a debt to repay for all of you and all of you've done for the 50 years of coaching, giving junior golfers another platform to play competitive golf. And in an arena where you will make lifelong friends and lifelong memories. I don't remember very many shots from high school golf, but I can remember every van ride. I can remember every regional, the good and the bad. I've still got those scars that shaped me for who I am today. But this is quite the honor to be in front of you all today as a coach instead of walking across the stage as a player. And it wouldn't, without your actions and your extra time as part of this association, not just being coaches, but being involved in this association, you have given so many of us junior golfers that platform. And it's truly an honor to be in front of all of you in the history of this association. A few extra thank yous that I'm sure we're all tremendously proud of is our families, our supporters that become friends, the community supporters, the extra coaches, my assistant coaches, Andrew Goebel, and my lifelong mentor and high school coach, Jonathan Windrick, the athletic department, and especially our school district who treats golf as part of the community. Again, my table of support over there, as Nathan said, my sister who's in the golf industry, who makes every effort to make sure that the season goes well. My dad, who made every effort to give me the best high school golf career possible by supporting my high school golf coach and going the extra mile. My mom, who might not play golf but understands just how much a coach can make a difference in a community, and using those tools or what you're good at to make a difference in your community, to build strong communities. And then my wife, of course, who puts on a heroic effort every spring to make sure I can spend the most amount of time with our other family, which is our golf team. And she's doing another one of those efforts tonight as she tries to keep our son at bay. So, lastly, outside my family is Nathan Oak, who's here, and I did not know he was speaking on my behalf tonight. And I thank you, Coach, for everything. You've always motivated me to be the best coach possible, and you motivate me now to not just be the best person or business person, but a dad, especially as I watch you raise your junior golf sons that are phenomenal golfers. So. Thank you all for everything you do for high school golf. Memories. This award is one of my highest accomplishments in golf, and I've been very lucky to see a lot of success as a player, but this one means as much as the Super Team Award ever did to the young team. So thank you so much.
Okay, before we get to the main event of these 6 tremendous coaches being inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight, I wanted to take one more opportunity, and that is I want the people in this room that started coaching before 2000 to please stand. Started coaching before 2000. Tremendous. Tremendous. Give them a round of applause. It's an honor and a privilege to be on the board of directors for the MIGCA. I can't tell you how humbling it is to be a part of this group. We stand on your shoulders, you people that started this way back then. I'm just speechless. I can't express my gratitude towards this group of people. The group we have on the board right now, mostly sitting over at that table, and Debbie Williams-Hogue here, who is my guiding light. She calls me her little brother. I call her my big sister. We're just that close, okay? And we are moving forward. The brilliance in the group we have is just amazing. We work together to extend what you started. We thank you, every one of you that came before us. Thank you. Now, on to the apex of the evening. Let's get some people inducted into the Hall of Fame. Thank you.
After what happened earlier, I'm not so sure I can make it through all this. Anyways, our Hall of Fame. Our Hall of Fame is started, I mentioned Pete Hammer's name before. And so back 34 years ago, 1992, we had our first induction. And since that time, we've had 136 members. And tonight we get a chance to add 6 more, take that number to 142. It's a who's who of golf, high school golf in the state of Michigan. And how many of our coaches have been honored nationally over the years? Tremendous number of the coaches from Michigan. And I've told this story before about traveling around in the early 2000s, running a national junior tour that Jim Rademacher and I worked together on, and being in other states and listening to people talk about high school golf. in those states, and then telling the stories about Michigan high school golf. What we do in Michigan is second to none in high school golf. It's because of our coaches, the High School Athletic Association, and being able to honor those people and recognize those people. They are the who's who. I can tell you I'm very, very proud of being a member of the Hall of Fame. And there's quite a criteria, and I'll give you a quick lesson. A coach must have a minimum of 20 years, not seasons, 20 years of coaching boys or girls, or has a combined 30 seasons of coaching boys and girls. So if they have 30 seasons, they've been coaching 15 years, they would be eligible to be nominated for the Hall of Fame. And we ask many of our coaches to fill out the application and send that in. But we also have other coaches, athletic directors, former coaches that nominate others for the Hall of Fame. You know, as I was looking at all the awards tonight and how many of our coaches have coached over 20 years, you know, or more seasons than that, we have a lot of you that are eligible for our Hall of Fame. And I encourage you or others to make sure those nominations get done. The applications come in to myself. I review them. We get together once a year. We used to get together as a group in person, but then a number of years ago, pandemic, whatever, we started doing Zoom meetings every year to make those selections for our Hall of Fame. And this year is really unique because we're going to have 6 inductees to our Hall of Fame. We have 2 of our original founding 5 that are going to be inducted. I can't tell you why they haven't been inducted into our Hall of Fame before. And so it's really neat to be able to do that. So without further ado, let's get started on these 6 incredible coaches. First one is going to be Monty Gallagher from Lake Orion High School. Come on up, Monty. And to help with this induction is Gary Newcomb, who used to be the coach at, actually, I think you guys are the only 2 coaches in the history of Lake Orion, aren't you? There you go. That's a long time. And I know they'll talk about that. Monty has been coaching golf at Lake Orion since 1999. He began as an assistant to MIGCA Hall of Famer Gary Newcomb for his first 3 years. He has since coached the boys team for the last 24 seasons and the girls for 20 seasons. During his 44 seasons as a head coach, his teams have been very successful and accomplished some of impressive seasons. His teams played in over 600 tournaments, finishing in first place 59 times, second 51 times, and in the top 4 at least 160 times. His boys have won the Oakland Conference Championship, won high school district, MHSAA district, and 4 regional championships. They played in 9 state championships, winning the Division I state championship in 2019. His girls won 4 Oakland County Conference championships, 2 regional championships, played in 9 state championships, and in 2014 finished as a state championship runner-up. Monty has been recognized over the years in Oakland County as Oakland County's Boys Coach of the Year twice, Oakland County Girls Coach of the Year 4 different times, the MIGCA Boys District Coach of the Year, the Regional Coach of the Year by the MIGCA in 2025. He also has been the MIGCA Girls Regional Coach of the Year in both 2014 and 2025. Monty has been a very active member of the MIGCA in all 24 years of coaching, participating in clinics, conferences, and on the All-State selection. He has hosted numerous invitationals, county, league, district, and regional championship tournaments. He has been a PGA apprentice and assistant, working at various golf clubs and directed the junior golf camps and programs at multiple facilities over the past 36 years. Monty has been a Lake Orion Dragon forever and played for Gary Newcomb. That's kind of scary when they say that.
It is.
A dragon his whole life. There you go. He then took over the program from Gary. So the Dragon Golf program had been overseen by these two guys forever and ever and ever, right? So it's incredible. Monty and his wife Teresa live in Oxford, Michigan, and have two children, Aaron and Megan. Gary?
He's back. It's Roger Fuller again, thank you. Monty played golf for me in a couple, 3 years, the last one being his senior year in 1988. And when he wasn't a great golfer. I was supposed to take that part out, but he did win our academic award. And also, I was looking up, we started the All-State Academic Team for individuals. Well, he was 2 years too late, and we started that in 1992 or something like that. So when Monty graduated from Lake Orion, he went to Oakland University and just going to be a student there, and he decided to talk to the golf coach at OU. He just wanted to come and work out, and could he play with some of the players on the team? And the coach said yes. So Monty started getting better because he was playing golf every day while going to school. And that's where the bug started for Monty. I'm bringing my glasses. He has a degree in psychology from Oakland U. He earned his PGA status, as Bob said. His journey into golf included the assistant pro jobs, and including being part owner of a golf facility in Windermere, Florida. But when he realized he was getting up at 6 in the morning making coffee and then turning the lights out on the range at 12 midnight and doing the same time after time after time, it was time to move on from that venture. And his wife Teresa mentioned at the time, well, why don't you go sub at Lake Orion and see what Mr. Newcomb's doing there. He should be ready to retire by now. I mean, he's been there forever. And that's what he did. He started subbing. And he found out that a couple of the psychology teachers were getting close to retirement. So he helped me with the JV team for a couple of years. He had to go back to U of M Flint to get his teaching credentials. He came back. The psychology teachers retired. I was going to retire, and it was perfect timing. He's been an AP psychology teacher for a number of years, and he's coached the golf team for a long, long time as well. And we did some investigation to try to find out exactly where that 55 years of coaching golf put us. And a pretty good company, even though John Gadsden's here, and Troy and Bruce Sargent, and John did 52 years together or something like that, consecutive years. But I investigated, and there was one person that coached boys golf for 85 years, and his name is Dave Swartout. Where is he? Is he still here? Anyway, I thought that was let's hear from Monty, and I had nothing to do with it, which is probably the best thing that could have happened to him. We're proud that we've been able to coach together, and we basically have connected again since he's been coaching all the years. I'm trying to keep in touch. I certainly couldn't keep up with his credentials. I think Monty's teams came to the golf course pretty well prepared, well equipped, well outfitted, and were to be dealt with whenever they showed up at the golf course. And his teams have always been like that, and they're going to be that way moving forward. Monty Gallagher.
All right.
be on a pitch count tonight by a few people, so I've written things down because I tend to go a little off script. But I do want to go off script just for the first thank you, and that's to my mom. I wish she could be here tonight, but she passed away recently in February of this year. She was born in 1926. She would have been 100 years old next week. So it's kind of bittersweet to be up here without her sitting at my table, but I know she's here with us. So just as she was with us at the Tiger game the other night, when they scored 14 runs, they scored every inning. So, all right, so here we go. Well, I am incredibly honored and humbled to stand here before you tonight as an inductee into the MIGCA Hall of Fame. When I learned that I would receive this honor, my first thoughts were not about golf tournaments, championships, or awards. My first thoughts were about the people who made this journey possible. Coach. Before anything else, I do want to thank my family, though. My daughters, Erin and Megan, who've already been mentioned, and my wife, Teresa, of 25 years. Thank you so much. Anyone who has coached for any length of time understands the sacrifices that come along with it. Long days, evenings away from home, weekends on the golf courses, and summers spent traveling to tournaments. Coaching may be the public part of this job, but behind every coach, every good coach, there is a family that provides the love, the support, patience, and encouragement that makes it all possible. So thank you so much. To my family, thank you for sharing me with hundreds of student athletes over the years. Your support has been the foundation of everything that I've accomplished. And this honor belongs to you as much as it belongs to me. Thank you. There's another person that I need to recognize because, quite honestly, I may not be standing here, unlike what he just mentioned, and that's Coach Newcomb. Many years ago, I wasn't even planning on trying out for high school golf. I was a baseball player, but after suffering a pretty serious knee injury, baseball was no longer an option. So Coach Newcomb somehow heard about me and actually came to my house for a private tryout. He watched me hit wedge shots in my backyard as that sort of personal tryout, and that simple act changed the course of my life. I discovered an amazing sport, life, career pathway that has been a wonderful journey. And as I've mentioned, after college, I did become a golf professional, working at courses in Michigan and Florida for over 7 years. Most likely, all because of Coach Newcomb, that he saw something in me before I knew how wonderful this game could be. And I thank him for that. Coach Newcomb began coaching Lake Orion in 1971, same year I was born. And now, here we are, 55 years later, and as Bob mentioned, the only two golf coaches. So, pretty amazing. He led the program until 2001 when I took over as Dragon. So, I'm very honored to have that distinction. So, Coach, thank you for giving me this opportunity, your friendship, your mentorship, and for the example that you have set for me. I'm honored to follow you in your footsteps, and especially honored to join you now in the Hall of Fame. Thank you. And there's another person who deserves special recognition tonight, and that's my assistant coach, Ron Grubbs. He's here tonight with us. Thank you, Coach. Every coach needs someone that they trust completely, someone that they can bounce ideas off, someone that they can seek advice from and lean on during these difficult decisions that need to be made by every coach. Coach Grubbs has been that person for me throughout most of my coaching career. Coach, thank you for your loyalty, your friendship, your wisdom, your partnership, and any success that has come my way, which is now a pretty amazing one to share with everyone. I want to share this with you, so thank you. Coach Grubbs has been with me for 30, this will be our 45th team, my 45th team this fall, and he's been with me for 30 of them. Coach Russ Stowers was with me for the other 15. As I reflect on my career now, I've realized that coaching was never really about golf. Golf has simply provided me the classroom. I've always believed that golf is one of the greatest teachers. It teaches honesty when nobody is watching. It teaches accountability because there are no excuses and no one to blame. It teaches humility because no matter how well you play, the game always has a way of reminding you of how difficult it can be. Most importantly, it teaches resilience because there is always another shot to hit, one shot at a time with confidence. Over the years, I've been fortunate to coach many outstanding golfers. Some have won championships. Some have set records and earned other individual honors. But when I look back at those accomplishments, they're not what I treasure the most. What I remember are the young people who grew in confidence, overcame obstacles, learned to believe in themselves, and become successful adults. I remember teammates supporting one another. I remember bus rides, long practices, laughs, difficult conversations, and moments when a student discovered that what they were capable of becoming. Those are the moments that I truly reward. I would also like to thank the administrators, athletic directors, and fellow coaches who have supported me throughout all these years. The Michigan golf coaching community is a special one. While we compete fiercely, we also share a commitment to helping young people learn and grow through this wonderful game. And to all my former players, thank you. You made every season worthwhile. You challenged me to become a better coach, a better teacher, a better person. Whatever successes that I have enjoyed is a direct reflection of your effort, your commitment, and your trust. Throughout my career, there have been many memorable moments, but one does stand out above the rest. In 2019, I had the opportunity to coach what I believe was the most remarkable season of my career. The team seemed to accomplish everything. We seemingly won almost every tournament that we teed up in, capturing the league championship, the county championship, the regional championship, and ultimately the state championship. But after the excitement of winning the state title began to settle, I found myself back out in an 18th hole that same day at the Fortress in Frankenmuth. Sitting alone, I sat there for over an hour reflecting on the season, the players, the coaches, and the incredible journey that we had just shared. But what I remember most wasn't excitement, it wasn't celebration, it was peace. For that brief moment, I felt completely present. I felt grateful, I felt fortunate, and I felt a sense of calm confidence and achievement that is really difficult to describe. Looking back now, I realize that that moment wasn't really about winning a championship. It was about appreciating the people who made the experience meaningful. As coaches, we all hope that years after the scores have been forgotten and the trophies are collecting dust, our players remember something more important. We hope that they remember lessons about integrity, perseverance, sportsmanship, teamwork, and character. If I have helped pass along even the smallest part of those lessons through the game of golf, then I do consider myself and my coaching career a success. So thank you, MIGCA, and the Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this tremendous honor. I accept it with gratitude, with humility, and appreciation for all those who have helped me along the way. Tonight, my name may be the one on this award, but this recognition belongs to everyone who has shared this journey with me. Championships are wonderful, trophies are nice, but the people are what matters most. People may remember the championships for a little while, but I will remember the people forever. Thank you.
Any pictures you want to get? Monty Gallagher. Our next inductee is Bob Kaminsky from Cornapple Kellogg. Bob, come on up. And to help with his induction, Tom Court, Hall of Fame 2023. Bob Kaminsky has coached both boys and girls golf teams at Thornapple Kellogg High School since 2005. He has completed 21 seasons of boys, 20 seasons of girls, and a total of 41 seasons of coaching the high school golf. During these years, his teams have won 60% of their matches, played, competed in over 200 tournaments, and finished in the top 4 places at least 50 times. In 2007, they won the OK Gold Conference Boys Championship, and in 2019, they won the OK Gold Girls Conference Championships. The Thornapple Kellogg girls have played in 5 MHSAA high school state championship tournaments, and in 2017, the boys were represented at the state championship. In the fall of 2024, Bob was selected as the MIGCA Girls Coach of the Year by his peers, and over the years he has been respected for his incredible passion for coaching the students, teaching them about the integrity of the game and of golf, good sportsmanship, and representing themselves, their families, and the school with high respect. Bob has been hosting junior golf clinics and instructing golf at Yankee Springs Golf Course for over 20 years. He has been an active member in the MIGCA along the way, participating in all state selection and clinics. Besides golf, Bob has been a middle and high school robotics coach at Thornapple Kellogg schools. Bob and his wife, Jill, live in Middleville, Ohio, and have 2 daughters, Anna and Lane.
This is really an honor for me to be able to introduce Bob Kaminsky. He's been a friend for a long, long time, and I can't appreciate our friendship together. Bob and many of us have all seen how well of a program that Bob runs, and it's solid every year. I want to recognize Bob's wife, Jill, who has been a big support for Bob throughout his career. The sacrifices from Jill has always allowed Bob to impact his many players. Thank you, Jill, for being an important part of his career. Bob and Jill have 2 daughters, as Bob said. They played college golf, and Bob also played at Aquinas. Bob will begin his 21st year as a head coach at Thornapple Kellogg. He has coached both the boys and the girls every year there. He has always been the same genuine person, all the time, every day. He's hosted numerous tournaments in the area there for all of his teams. These events are well run and they're very popular. Bob's dedication to the players in his program has always been both personal and professional. His players really respect him for his easygoing manner and along with his coaching skills. Our programs are similar in that we both must provide a lot of individual instruction to build a competitive team. I have a great appreciation for the success Bob has achieved in those efforts. It is rewarding to develop players and teams in a short period of time, and Bob takes a great pride in that process. He is inspired by helping players grow, seeing their progress, and watching them become productive young adults after high school. His passion has always been to help numerous players and to see them move on to college golf as well. The strongest part about Bob is how he teaches the mental side of golf and to blend that in with their life. This has been a significant trait of his. It's his coaching technique. He has had his share of kids begin golf late in school, in high school, but he doesn't care about that. His focus has always been on who they are and then their golf game. This is what McCafferty Hall of Fame is all about. Every coach here in this room has played a big part in the lives of the numbers of young adults, and this is what Bob has always done. This is what we do, and Bob's a great example of this. Please welcome Bob and Jill as we celebrate this achievement with them.
just had to make a few notes for myself. So, thank you, MAGCA, for the incredible and esteemed honor to be here this evening. I look back 21 years, and it feels like yesterday. I was coaching my first team. I was young. I was upbeat, positive, looking at it, but I just didn't know what to expect. In my early days, I recall spending my 6th hour planning. I would print out MapQuest to the tournaments that we were going to and getting back, because where I coached, I just didn't know the area very well. And the van rides to matches were a stitch trying to navigate those 12 pages of directions, 24 if I wanted to reverse, coming back. And my teenage boys, they were in the back talking, and the clubs were falling on them in the back of the 1998 Dodge minivan that we had. It just was not what should have been carrying a golf team. Thankfully, our ability to get to the course evolved over the years. GPS has been a huge thing. The bus garage director took my advice and upgraded our vans. What didn't change were the golfers that I had the immense opportunity to coach and mentor over the years. As they grew, I grew with them. My young competitiveness quickly changed. While I love to win just as much as the rest of you, I began to realize that there was a gap in our school with kids not involved in sports. I started to change my outlook for my girls golfers. I removed the criteria that they had to have knowledge of the golf game, and there would be cuts on the 3rd day of tryouts. Instead, I started to reach out to those girls that were not involved in any sports and were targeting the wrong group, or were involved with the wrong group of kids and needed an outlet. So I let them know there was a place for them on my team. They had a new set of lifelong friends and a sense of belonging. I can teach the game of golf, but more importantly, I can mentor a young heart, and I quickly became golf dad to them. Coaching the girls' golf team is easy. I'm a girls' dad. I have 2 daughters. I met my wife 28 years ago because of golf. For her birthday that year, her parents wrote her a $100 check to attend a week-long ladies' golf clinic at Scott's Golf Center near Cascade Meyer, Grand Rapids. Her sister and her now husband told Jill about their friend Bobby that worked at this place and would help her get signed up for the clinic. Mandy said if there was a red Grand Am in the parking lot, then he's working. Jill came in the day after work, saw the red car in the parking lot, and 7 months later, we were married. Lessons turned into love. Golf became an activity we enjoy together as a couple and as a family. Jill and I have 2 daughters. We raised them to choose golf as a sport on their own. Thankfully, they both excelled and were great assets to the TK team. Our oldest daughter, Anna, was part of the 2019 conference championship team and played in the state finals, where we finished 6th in Division II. After graduation, she went on to play D3 college golf near Pittsburgh, PA. Our youngest daughter, Lane, was the team's solid #1 her junior and senior year, but she missed her chance at the state finals by 1 shot her senior year. During the Bob Lober tournament, Traverse City, her sophomore year, my youngest, Lane, she was shanking the ball on the range. She was such a knack of striking the golf ball that it was kind of odd. But thanks to the lessons by Benny Cook, Ben's son, that she carried herself through the entire round with her pitching wedge and a smile. She literally teed off with her wedge on every hole. Lane started her college golf career at Ithaca College in New York, but there was a boy back home who's now her fiance, and she came back to Middleville. It is an honor both girls still enjoy the game. The ride to the matches vary by team, for those of you that play boys and girls, or coach boys and girls teams. I remember I had a golfer, Ashley Martin, sitting in the front seat of the minivan with me. The girls had the radio blaring. They were talking about boys and eating candy. And Ashley said to me, "Coach, what is the van ride like for the boys' matches?" I said, "Well, we talk about strategy. We talk about each hole, what kind of trouble they can get in, where to hit the drive." Ashley goes, "Oh," and turned around and turned the radio back on. I wanted no part of that. The boys team, well, I do not carry the same amount of grace as the girls. We do hold tryouts for the boys varsity team, but we generally try to keep as many freshmen and sophomores as possible. Again, a chance to mentor a young student athlete and a chance to provide them with the skills to play a lifelong sport. Aside from the boy golfers being competitive in nature, they are also pranksters. I've had my keys taken from the golf cart while I was at the furthest point of the golf course, leaving me stranded in the middle of that. I love those boys. After practice one evening, I walked to my truck in the parking lot of Yankee Springs Golf Course to find that my truck had been moved. I took my keys out of the cup holder of the golf cart and moved my truck. Remember the MapQuest printouts? I am not native to Middleville and Berry County back roads. We're new territory to me. I had a golfer one year tell me, hey, you can get us home. We finally arrived in Hastings, 15 miles south of TK, at 10 o'clock, the day before regionals, because it was a regional practice room. And like the girls, my coaching style was to mentor, provide a safe space for the student athlete and know that I am their biggest fan. Aside from coaching, I've had the honor to run the golf program at Yankee Springs Golf Course the past 20 years. We host 2 weeks of junior camp with the help of volunteer high school golfers. We have a summer golf league for juniors and an academy for school-aged students. And additionally, my wife helps me run a ladies clinic during the summer. We offer stations for ladies to learn the game of golf. We close each clinic with the ladies going out to the course where they can apply their new skills. This is a great opportunity for them to golf in a non-competitive, non-judgmental environment. During the last 20 years, we've had over 1,000 school-age students go through the camps. Many of them started at the age of 6. I was able to coach them in high school. This is a fun environment that enables kids to learn the game of golf, golf etiquette, and eat the various popsicles because it's always hot. Thank you again. I'm humbled and honored.
Our next inductee is Norm Naminga, Lakeview Community Schools. Norm, come on up. And helping with his induction, Greg Kirchen, who is a Hall of Fame member, 2004. Norm Naminga coached the boys golf team at Lakeview Community Schools from 1972 until 1993. And during his 22 seasons of coaching the boys, his teams played in 321 dual matches, winning 161 of those matches. His teams also played in 40 invitational tournaments and placed in the top 4 9 different times. Norm's team won 4 league championships in 1973, 74, 75, and the last one in 1981. His team won the MHSAA Regional Championship in 1981 and played in 4 MHSAA State Championship tournaments in 1975, 80, 81, and 89. Norm was one of the original members of the MIGCA back in 1976, 50 years ago. He was an active member of the association through his coaching career and beyond. Norm worked at Birchwood Golf Course, where he organized junior golf clinics and camps over the years, as well as a hole-in-one contest to benefit and raise funds for junior golf. Throughout the years beyond the golf coaching days, Norm has been a very active member in that school community, volunteering for various activities and special occasions at the school. Norm and his wife, Shelley, live in Lakeview, Michigan, and have 2 children, James and Julia. Great.
This is truly a pleasure to help out with Norm's induction to the Hall of Fame. And until tonight, we haven't spoken in like 30 years. And so tonight, it was nice to reacquaint. And so a lot of my memories are going to be from off the top of my head. So hang in there. And he's got nothing up there. He was a very competitive person as far as the coach goes, and his teams reflected that. We both had teams in Montcalm County, which is not very far from here. And
He was at Lakeview and I was at Central Montcalm. There was other good schools in the county that were pretty good. And there were no country club kids in this situation, so we all were kind of bringing along, these, not just farm kids, but kids that didn't have any exposure to the game. And so whenever we competed, Norm's kids were always, top notch. They were gentlemen. When they won, they were gracious, and then when they lost, they were good sports. So this is quite a big deal. 50th anniversary, you're going into the Hall of Fame because you belong.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank God for my health and longevity. I might not look it, but I will be 87 in 2 months. So I've been around for a while. I'd like to thank my family for putting up with me during the golf season and beyond. I have my daughter and son-in-law over here, my cousin, and friend Bob. And I'd also like to thank those that were responsible for nominating me and getting me this award. It's very much an honor to me. I've had some other honors in the past, but this is the tops. When I was a youngster, I loved baseball, and I had an idea of wanted to be a Major League Baseball player. But it didn't take too long, and I found out that I wasn't good enough. But I did participate in high school in football and basketball and track, and then I played a lot of softball after that, played a little baseball in college. I played softball for quite a while till I had a broken hand and a broken foot, and I think that was about enough of that. I started golfing and bowling after I graduated high school, and I bowled for over 60, and played golf and bowled for over 60 years now. I have accumulated between 50 and 60 trophies from bowling and golf. I was involved with the State Bowling Association for a number of years in setting up the tournaments and so forth. And each year they gave out 4 awards for outstanding membership things that were happening. And one year I was lucky enough to receive one of those awards. So this one is the tops of all of them. I also bowled, as I say, in the state tournament for over 50 years. And I bowled in the national tournament 29 years. And in April, I hope to get my 30th year, which I will also receive an award for that. So I've been around a while, and I have put up with Greg a few years and a few others. I also would like to say that I had some great kids to work with, and every once in a while I see one of them, and some of them will still call me coach, so I'm quite satisfied with that. So I guess that's about all I have to say, and don't take any more of your time. Better have a little drink before I try to read Debbie Williams Oaks' bio here. Debbie Williams Oaks, Saline High School. Come on up. And a help introduction, a very good friend and a former coach, Betsy French. Debbie Williams Hope has been coaching at Saline High School for the past 19 years. And during this time has coached 19 seasons of girls and 18 seasons of boys, for a total of 37 seasons of coaching high school golf. During those seasons, her teams have compiled some very, very impressive records. Her teams played a total of 321 tournaments and compiled a record of 57 first places and 41 second place finishes, and finishing the top 4, in over half of those tournaments. Her girls team won 4 conference championships, 2 regional championships, played in 6 state championships, and won the Division I Girls State Championship in 2010. The boys team won 6 conference championships, 2 district championships, and 1 regional championships, and played in 12 Division I state championships. Debbie has received numerous honors during her coaching years, and as a member of the LPGA as a professional. These honors include, for girls, MIGCA Assistant Coach of the Year, Regional Coach of the Year twice, the MIGCA Girls Golf Coach of the Year, and the Michigan High School Coaches Association Overall Girls Golf Coach of the Year in 2017. She was a Girls Golf National Coach of the Year nominee in 2018. For boys, Conference Coach of the Year 2 times, Regional Coach of the Year 3 times, Division I Boys Coach of the Year in both 2022 and this year, 2026. For the LPGA, Debbie has been a Sectional Coach of the Year, Youth Leader of the Year, Midwest Professional of the Year, and the 2022, she was the LPGA National Coach of the Year. She has been inducted into the Michigan Golf Hall of Fame in 2018 and the Michigan Women's Golf Hall of Fame in 2019. Debbie is also in the Hall of Honor at the University of Michigan for her accomplishments in track and field. As a member of the MIGCA during her high school coaching years, Debbie has been an incredible participant in clinics, committees, all-state selection, past president, with the state, also with the State Coaches Association, and as a current MIGCA executive member. Debbie's resume is one of the most impressive when it comes to golf, and she has been one of the most respected members of the state of Michigan golf community forever and ever. Debbie and her husband Paul Hope live in Saline, and she has 2 stepchildren, Emily and Paul Hope. She's an incredible lady, as we all know in the MIGCA. Betsy?
Well, it's my honor to be able to talk to you about my friend Debbie. And as you just heard, her resume is absolutely outstanding. But I want to tell you about her resume as a person, because that's even more outstanding, I think. I first met Debbie in 1991 in the Ann Arbor City tournament. She had taken up golf, I think, 2 or 3 years before that. Gave me a huge run for my money. I did win, and that's the only time I've ever beaten Debbie since. But she then, 2 years later, was the 1993 state champion, Michigan state champion, and the player of the year. So she is an incredible athlete, and that was my first introduction into Debbie. I kept track of her accomplishments through the Ann Arbor News, because they were always letting us know. She went on the Futures Tour. She was a very accomplished golfer, and I ran into her in the early 2000s at Lake Forest, where she was teaching after having played on the LPGA Tour. And I said, Debbie, I'm coaching this Lean Girls Golf. Would you like to be my assistant coach? Well, any of you that know Debbie knows there's one word that she does not know, and that is no. So of course she said, yeah, sure, I'll be glad to do that. And that began just a great friendship and just a great career. She was my assistant coach, and very quickly I knew that she was more than just an assistant. I mean, she's a fantastic golfer and teacher. And I will say one thing about her is that I have always been impressed that Debbie is a fantastic leader, but she's also a good follower. And that's a very unusual thing these days. I think it takes a lot of humility, and I just really appreciate that about her, that she will take whatever position you give her, will do it gladly, will do whatever you need, and will do it well. She took over as the boys golf coach rather quickly after a couple of years as the assistant girls she continued to be the assistant girls. And one thing I loved about her taking that job is I think the boys were kind of like, oh, who's this lady that's taken over this position? And it didn't take them long to discover that she was quite the athlete. I remember one time I would hear from the kids that she would be on the practice green, and the boys would be hitting pitch shots from 60 to 50 yards out, and she would be there with her mitt just catching the balls as the guys were hitting at her. And so pretty quickly they said, well, we've got a really special coach here. She, Debbie's the public speaker, I am not. So one other thing I want you to know about, just when I talk about her as a person, I mean, you know that she will be involved in any committee that you ask her to. She'll lead it, she'll do a good job. But she's been involved with the Magic of Christmas Adopt a Family in Ann Arbor, Washington County for over 25 years. This has been 30 years now. I knew this was getting close. This has been a huge endeavor where she has arranged for families that otherwise could not celebrate Christmas to be able to give a Christmas to their children. And there have been thousands of families affected by this. Debbie is a people person, and she has a network. And she will take her athletes or her friends or acquaintances or somebody she doesn't even know and get them involved in something. And so through the years, hundreds of people have been involved with Debbie to bring presents to thousands of kids in Washtenaw County. And I just think that's so special, and it really using her gifts as a networker. I call her an ambassador. I really feel like she's an ambassador for golf. And people know her, but they also, it gives golf such a great, it's just great for golf, that people know, oh, this is this golfer who gives to the community and draws people in. And I just think that's so special. And Debbie is really someone who loves the game of golf. She loves to grow golf. When she took over the boys team, she got a development team going so that kids that didn't even know much about golf could come and try it out. And the girls team, we did the same thing. And so I really appreciate her efforts to grow the game, to have other people be able to enjoy this game that we all love. And so I'm just so proud of Debbie, and I'm just thrilled that she's getting this honor. Thank you.
It's, wow. First of all, it's just so special for me to be able to be introduced by Betsy. She's been such a special friend to me throughout the years, and we knew each other, as she mentioned. Boy, she used to frustrate the heck out of me, you know. I'd hit the ball 1,000,000 miles, 50 miles past her, and then she would still win the hole. And just, but we had some great matches together, and as she mentioned, that's how we first got to know each other. But our friendship has been so special, and she's the reason that I got into high school golf. And so I'll never be able to find the words to thank her for that. I'd also just love to thank Bob Goldberg for everything that you've done for high school golf. Thank you for all you've done for the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame committee, thank you so much for this tremendous honor. To Kim Naparowski for nominating me. It just, this means the world. Congratulations to all the fellow inductees today. 50th anniversary, what a special time to become a Hall of Fame member. There's a few things that happen in your life, you can count them on one hand, that you can't find the words for. And certainly tonight is one of those nights. I am so very humbled and so very grateful for this tremendous, tremendous honor. I had a chance to look over the banquet book as we're putting it together, and I sat down one day and I read my bio that Bob had put together. And my reaction as I shook my head was wow. And not for the reason that you would think in terms of the accomplishment. It's because of the overwhelming sense of gratitude that I had for what this journey in this game has given me. I've met some of the best people in the world through the game of golf and through the MIGCA. And so many of you are here tonight. Coaches from when I started that were my mentors and helped teach me how to do things right. I learned from the best, and I'm so grateful for that. Fellow coaches from over the years who have become such great friends, and all of the inductees before me have talked about the importance of the friendship and the relationships that we establish, and I am certainly no different. I've been fortunate to be on a couple different board of directors. I've never been on a group that I've enjoyed, appreciated, respected, and just had a heck of a lot of fun with, more so than this group of board of directors. Thank you. The MHSAA, our relationship, as I mentioned earlier, just appreciate all you do. You have a tough job, there's no doubt. Our relationship with the golf coaches is something that all of us as board directors and as coaches cherish, so thank you for everything. My assistant coach, Randy Hoffman, and Ashley Mumby, who is my assistant coach, thank you. Of course, all of us know it's all about the student athletes, and just appreciate all of them. Also, my friends from other avenues of golf. I got a text last night from Jamie Schneider at Monroe asking me some of the logistics from today. Monroe's in our conference, and she said that her and two assistant coaches were coming up to be here to celebrate this. And that just brought tears to my eyes that they would make this trip to be here. So that just shows what kind of community we have, and there's so many else people here that I feel the same way. My husband is going to make me cry, but had some health issues lately, but I'm so grateful that you're here, and I love you. And thank you all. This is the main reason that I'm here, is because of all of you. Just real quickly, my journey into golf was a bit unique. Okay. Growing up, I played a lot of different sports. In high school, I had a sponsor that wanted to sponsor me to be a professional golfer. And I quickly said no, because in my opinion, and I mean no disrespect, at that time as a 17-year-old, golf was for old people. Growing up, I had 3 dreams. And coaches, I'm sure you do this, but I can't stress enough with your athletes, get them to dream. You gotta have dreams. That's what gets you up out of bed. Have dreams that give you goosebumps. And as I stand up here and talk about my dreams, they still give me goosebumps. My 3 dreams were I wanted to be an Olympian. And I almost made it. I was a javelin thrower. How many people have been a javelin thrower before? Oh, more hands than I thought. There we go. And I don't count, Jim. I don't count. And of course, whenever you tell people that you were a javelin thrower, there's always the comment, at least you weren't the catcher, javelin catcher. And that was a passion. I did track and field for a long time. I just missed the 1984 Olympic team by a few feet, which is like leaving a putt on a lip. And I coached track at Michigan, and had some injuries, wanted to try out for the '88 Olympics, but got injured. Was coaching track, as I mentioned at the time, and decided it was time to pursue my second dream, which was to be a professional athlete. And at the age of 30, there's not too many sports you can do professionally, and golf was it. and decided I'd pursue that. I went into my athletic director at the time and told her that I was resigning as track coach because I wanted to play professional golf. And she said, I didn't know you played golf. And I said, I don't. And she'd always questioned my judgment before, and that was just another example of it. I was very fortunate, and for those of you that are at the clinic today and you listen to Dan Pohl talk, you can just sense that confidence of what he had. I have been very fortunate. I've never failed athletically at anything, and I wasn't going to let it, I wasn't going to start. It was a tough road. It brought tears to my eyes a lot of times, but I did the things I needed to do to pursue professional golf, and I was so very fortunate and eventually made the LPGA Tour, as Betsy mentioned, and there were so many people along the way that told me I was crazy as a 31-year-old who had never played a sport to say you want to be a professional golfer. And 9 years later, I was on tour, and just that brought me into golf, and just so fortunate for it. And after I finished playing, the switch, thanks to Betsy, was over to coaching, and it's been the most rewarding thing that I've done, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity. I've had unbelievable experiences, met some wonderful people along the way. I'm so fortunate with everything that's happened. I'm so grateful for this honor, and I'm so humbled to receive this. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's cool. We have two more inductees. Our next one is John Fendukian, who is the coach at Walled Lake Western High School, and his son John Jr. is here to accept that. Come on up. And Gary Newcomb. And our plane. Come on up. John Fendukian was an esteemed educator, athletic administrator, and legendary golf coach at Walled Lake Western High School from 1971 to 1983. He was the first long-term golf coach and original MIGCA member who played a pivotal role in building the program, guiding competitive teams through 1983. Most notably, earning the first Oakland County Trophy and conference championship in school history. Highlights also included proudly coaching the first two Warrior All-State golfers, Randy Dixon and Brent Kish. Humble in victory and gracious in defeat, he and his teams were the epitome of sportsmanship. While most of his golf coaching records were not available, his teams were highly successful. Beyond coaching golf, John taught and coached track and field at Walled Lake District and eventually became the athletic director. He was named the 1970 Track and Field Coach of the Year by the Detroit Free Press and received the prestigious Allen W. Bush and Charles Forsythe Award from the Michigan High School Athletic Association for his lasting impact on educational athletics. John had an unwavering respect for golf, enjoying camaraderie and collaboration with colleagues, offering free instruction to a variety of ages and skill levels, hosting tournaments for charity, and gifting golf equipment. Still playing well into his 80s, he was able to tee it up at Bay Point, the home course he established for his high school team in his first season, celebrating his 50th anniversary of where a golf coaching career began. His distinguished educational career culminated as a director of physical education and athletics for Novi Community School District until his retirement in 2001. John was inducted into the Highland Park High School Hall of Fame, his alma mater and first teaching job, as well as the Adrian College Hall of Fame. More important, to our golf coaches, John was one of the founding five of the Michigan Interscholastic Golf Coaches Association in the mid-70s and served on the first board of directors. John leaves behind an enduring legacy enriched by his beloved wife of 55 years, Jean, and carried forward by his cherished family and friends. His outstanding character and contributions make him profoundly deserving of this posthumous honor. John Fendukian.
I'm sorry. Just me again. Just a short story about our friend who has passed, John Fendukian. In the early years of the banquets, our certificates that we handed out, we put them in 5 and dime store, 8x10 glass, gold-plated frames. Remember those? So Art and I would send, John and Jim to stuff the certificates into the frames. That's kind of the way we started. 5 and dime store, 8x10 glass gold frames. And John was part of that. I was going to say something about the Charles Forsyth Award, but I didn't realize he was an Allen Bush recipient as well. So just go to the MHSAA website and look what those awards are all about. John Jr.'s here tonight, which I'm so glad he is. He's the assistant cross-country coach at Milford High School, and the Milford track coaches, of course, are here supporting him, and they would, just like they would if John Sr. was here. So either way, we're glad to have him. Welcome, John.
All right, I want to thank Migga, first of all. Looking around for 50 years, this is a huge deal. It's really cool to think that he was part of the 5 that got together at that lunch to start this thing all those years ago. I do want to know who I owe tip money to, because there's no way that he paid for the lunch or the tip. I love him, but there's no way. So I know it's probably $2-3 back then, but there's interest, so I gotta know. I do want to thank the Hall of Fame Selection Committee. He would be so honored by this. I want to do special thanks to Gary Newcomb and Bob Lober, who will be celebrating his 30th anniversary of his state championship in 1996 when he crushed the field by 12 strokes. That was the cool thing. I did a lot of research on everything MIGDA, which is really special because we're part of an organization in track and field that we respect greatly, and we're going to respect your organization as well. It's really neat to learn about you. Thank you to Brad Scheck from Wall Lake Western, who provided pictures and history for me. I did actually get my dad's record, but after reading about a lot of the other people in this organization with 963 wins and 12 losses, I left his record out. And I did tell my good friend Brian Salyers that if my dad was being inducted after Debbie, that he would be coming up here and speaking, but I'm gonna do it anyway. She is our A pick, by the way. And my dad was very humble. He would understand, by the way, that he was part of the founding 5. He would rank himself 6 tonight. He would do that unequivocally, and he would want to thank and congratulate the other 5 people more than himself that are being inducted tonight. So congratulations to you 5. Very impressive resumes. He would think that prizes and press clippings aren't as important as the impact you have on student athletes and the respect of your peers. This is the ultimate sign of that respect, so thank you. My dad would definitely recognize Hall of Fame Scott Street. I saw Scott here tonight for taking the program to its highest levels in the county, regional, and state level, including 2 top 10 finishes. He would want you to know that you are the true legend of Wall Lake Western Golf, and he was proud of all you did, and he definitely followed you, because I remember him telling me, hey, Wall Lake Western finished 6th in the state one year, and they finished 10th another year. And Jim Kresge would call him and say, hey, you do know that Milford beat them, though. So those guys went back and forth. I've got a Kresge story for you. In 1981, they met, and the only time they went against each other, these guys they went to Adrian together, they were friends, they were neighbors, and I know this because my dad walked me up the hill to the house, and he wanted to give Jim Kresge a message after he beat him by 34 strokes. Wall Lake Western beat Milford by 34 strokes, and we went up there together, and he said, Johnny, will you tell, I was 9 years old at the time, tell Jim how many strokes that is. There was a 5-person match that day. How much is that per person? I said, that's 6.8, Dad. And I was pretty good at math at 9, you know, that's not real hard math. But Jim said, yeah, but John, you know, we weren't playing that well. It was kind of just first start of the year. My dad said, Jim, I'm going to tell you, I think we have about the same amount of talent. And that means that I'm almost 7 shots better than you as a coach. And he would go on, and they'd go back and forth. But he said, you guys are welcome to come to our practice course. Just please replace your divots, because your guys were really tearing up the course out there. But they had a lot of fun together, and throughout the years, that was, like I said, they went against each other once. That lasted for 39 years. They just kept going at each other. Anyway, I also want to thank the people that were at that meeting so long ago. Art Link and Bill Ray, and obviously, and Jim Kresge as well. And he had a great respect for, I heard the name Art Link and Bill Ray and Gary Newcomb, and obviously I knew Jim Kresge. And there was such a reverence when he talked about any of his colleagues. And there's 2 here tonight, and there's 2 that aren't here tonight, and they're from Milford. And those people he greatly respected the most, that he taught me to honor my coaches, are Gene Balawadger, who is obviously not with us tonight, from Milford. That was my legendary cross-country coach, and Brian's. And the other one that's not here tonight that he respected greatly was Michael Skip Stevenson. And the 2 that are here tonight, and he gave him his first coaching opportunity, is Chris Cerisa. And thank you, Dad. That was the greatest decision and hire you ever made, because I was able to be coached by Chris Cerisa, as was Brian, and he became a legendary high school coach in track and field as a head coach. He's still coaching at Milford High School, still inspiring athletes, still doing great things. Thank you, Coach, and thank you for being here. My other person here tonight is Brian Salyers, who is a teammate, and I'm his assistant coach, as was told. Brian is a 6-time state champion cross-country coach. He will be celebrating his 10th anniversary of his girls' state championship this fall. And, which all of you mentioned before, the stats are great. All the win percentages are great, but there's so much more to true great coaches. Be better than your win percentage. Be better than your press clippings. Be the best for student athletes. And that's what my dad believed in. I have some fun stories from things that he did. So here's one from Tim Dalton of Northville, who won 4 cross-country state championships recently. My dad was an official at the regional meet, and he disqualified Tim's team. And Tim, of course, came up and was upset that he was disqualified. And my dad was great with that. He kept his composure. And later, about an hour and a half later, he needed a ride to Northville
and he asked Tim Dalton if he would drive him back to Northville. Tim comes up to me and says, "You know, your dad disqualified us as asking me for a ride home?" And I said, "Yeah, you were out of the zone. Give him a ride home. I promise you that you will thank me." He had a 35-minute ride home to Northville, and the next time I saw him, he said, "Your dad's amazing. I love talking with him," and they became friends, and he gained his respect, and they had it, obviously, until his passing. Here's some things that he did that he loved were poems. If is the biggest one from Kipling. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. I've never met anyone who could treat everyone with the same respect. You get another one. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run. That part is about the work ethic. He was relentless in everything that he did. Yes, he was a runner-up in 1970 as a coach, and that was great. But he continued throughout his educational and athletic career to do way more than coaching. If this were just about his golf coaching, by the way, which he did some nice things, and I guarantee the kids learned life lessons, that would not be enough. I was a little bit hesitant to even come here to be part of the Golf Hall of Fame until I thought about my dad's contributions to athletics. He was the total package of Michigan high school athletics. And after I thought about that in totality, I'm honored to be here. And again, I thank you for remembering him and honoring him tonight. May 14th in 2022, we went to the Senior Olympics, and he won the 100 and 200 there. He was a 9.600 man back in the day. So he asked me, "Hey, what do you think I ran?" I said, "I don't know, 14, 15 seconds. He goes, and said, "Let's just say that I definitely filled the unforgiving minute full of 60 seconds of distance run." He often said, "Johnny, you're the best. They don't come any better than you." And I'm saying tonight, Dad, you're the best, and they do not come any better than you. The other thing that I wanted to give was his final words in life were written down. Those words were, "If you make enough lasting connections, inspire enough people to be their best, travel through a full life well lived with courage, kindness, dignity, honor, and humbleness, this journey will have been of importance. If you did enough while you have air in your lungs and a beat in your heart, you'll live on in memory forever in those who cared about you. To me, that's true happiness and a successful existence." I'm very honored on behalf of my dad to accept this award, and I thank Mika so much, again, just for remembering him. Thank you for remembering the people, and remember coaches in your own organization that maybe haven't won state championships or regional championships or county titles, that are great coaches and that are great for student athletes. Keep being great for student athletes, and thank you very much.
Okay, Bill Ray, come on down. Bill Ray, all the way from Tennessee to be here tonight, one of our founding five, coached at Bloomfield Hill, Blosser High Schools, and of course, Art Lake and Gary Newcomb up here as well. Bill Ray coached golf at Bloomfield Hill, Blosser from 1969 to 1979. He coached 11 seasons of boys and 2 seasons of girls. During those seasons, his teams compiled dual match record of 131 wins and 86 losses. And during those years, the high school golf teams just played 9-hole dual matches with no tournaments or invitationals. Bill's team won league championships 6 times with the boys and 2 times with the girls. They won a regional championship, finished second twice and third 1 time, and played in 5 state championships, winning 1 state championship and finishing third 1 time as well. Bill was the Detroit Metro Golf Coach of the Year, 5-time Oakland County Coach of the Year, and was the overall state Boys Coach of the Year. Special contributions to the golf include volunteering at numerous amateur and professional golf tournaments, organizing and running golf clinics for middle school students, and writing a physical education curriculum for Bloomfield Hills schools, which included a golf component. In addition to coaching golf, Bill was a swimming coach and received outstanding service awards from the Michigan and National Swim Coaches Association. Bill and his wife Debbie live in Crossville, Tennessee. Bill has 3 children, 5 grandchildren, and 7 great-grandchildren. Bill will also always be known as one of our founding 5 of the MIGCA. And Bill, thank you very much. Gary?
Okay, I have one question for you. You want to listen to me or Bill? Thank you. There he is. Let's hear it from the man that uttered those famous words. And it wasn't driver, start your engines. It was, let's have a Golf Coaches Association. Bill Ray.
Well, I guess we started off first, and I'm last. It was 50 years ago when we sat around and decided to start this organization. And it was so funny because I happened to be the vice president of the swimming coaches at that time. And I took out the swimming coaches constitution, and we said, oh, we'll just scratch off swimming and put golf in. And we did. And that's how the first constitution started. Anyway, I want to thank Bob and Gary for that great introduction, and all of the past presidents and committee members of this great association that has developed it to what you have today. Thank you so much. And back in 1973, I was the boys coach at Bloomfield Hills Losser High School. And Al Bush, then the director of athletics, decided to have girls golf. And he sent out a memo to all the high schools saying, you know, we're going to have girls golf. You can get a team together. Well, I did. Four girls volunteered. And after talking, doing a lot of talking to most people in phys ed classes, anyway, there were only 5 teams that went to the state tournament. That was it, that qualified, 5 teams. And that tournament was at Grand Blanc. We got there, and it was 9 holes, 4 people. At the end of 9, we're walking up to the clubhouse, and it looked like we were gonna be second place by 1 shot. One of my girls, Fran Kosis, says, you know, if it wasn't for that 2-stroke penalty I had, we would have won. And I said, what penalty? And she told me. So immediately I went up to the director of the tournament, who was the pro there at Grand Blanc, and told him what happened. And he gathered the group together, the 5 coaches together who comprised the committee at that time. And he told him, he says, well, Fran was standing up on a tee and getting ready to hit her ball off the tee, and her ball dropped off the tee. The scorer, who was another coach who didn't know anything about golf, said that's a two-stroke penalty. So Fran decided, well, she said so, she's a person of authority, and gave her a two-stroke penalty. So we decided, no, not going to be any penalty. We won the tournament by one shot. And Fran was the medalist by one shot. Well, we hightailed it out of there as fast as we could. Because there's a lot of things wrong with that situation. How many people know who Paul Harvey was? Okay, good. We're getting the right age group here. Okay, and now you're going to hear the rest of the story. We won the next year. We come up, I was able to get 5 people on the golf team for the second year. We goes through the year, we even played a match, I think. And we went to the regionals. Of course, we won the regional because I think we were the only ones there. And when we got done with the regionals, and the state meet was going to come up next week, 2 of the girls come up, of the 5, and said to me, we can't go. And I said, what do you mean you can't go to the state tournament? Well, it's prom night. It's prom night? No, we'll be back. It's only 9 holes. We'll be done about 1 o'clock. We'll be back home in plenty of time. Well, I tried convincing them, couldn't do it. Talked to their parents, couldn't do it. Had the other girls on the golf team try, they couldn't do it. We didn't go and defend our title that second year. Well, that was the last year I coached girls golf. Only because I got another position in the school district that did not allow me to coach at all. I had to quit coaching swimming and golf, boys golf, girls golf, and everything. But that was the introduction. Look how far golf has come. By the way, the medalist shot a 46. And the winning total team was 233 for 4 people. You do the math. 58 average. We've come a long ways with this organization, with the golf, the quality of the golf, and it's all because of all of you. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'd like our inductees from tonight to all come up here together, okay? Come on, Norm, Monty, come on up here together. John, please come up and represent your dad. Okay? And then I'd like the rest of our Hall of Fame members, I'm gonna call your names and come on up, okay? Other Hall of Fame members, come on up here with us. And then we're gonna get, what do we do with that?
It fell.
Well, then we'll hold it down here and get a picture. The other Hall of Fame members, I want you to come up here when I call your name. All right, from 1993, Dave Hutton. Come on up. 1993, Art Blake. Our first woman from the Hall of Fame, Yvonne Picard. 1994. Yeehaw! Yvonne Picard. 1996, Tom Weddock. 1998, Gary Newcomb. 1999, Jim Rademacher. 2000, Ernie Silverthorne and Dave Swartout. Did Dave get here? Here's a trivia question for you. You know, Gary talks about sword out, coaching forever. He won a state championship in 1978. And then another one last year in 2025. 47 years between. And he's won 16 state championships. Woo, unbelievable. There you go. John Thompson, 2002. Yours truly, 2003. Greg Kirchen, 2004. Jim Bennett, 2005. Al Johansson, 2005. Steve Rodriguez, 2007. Bernie Cunningham, 2008. Al Gapsky and Vicky Kowalski, 2009. Scott Street, 2009. Bob Beach, 2010. Getz Jones, 2011. Dave Grieve, 2012. Greg Boughton, 2013. You know, this stage is shaking, guys. We should have some stand down below. 2015, Howard Straub, Marv Smith. Jake Baumgartner, 2016. Doug McKay, 2016. Paul Martin, 2017. Mike Jordan, 2017. From 2018, John Getson, Todd Hersey, and Lois McManus. 2020, Mark Posey and Barry Shanley. 2021, Bruce Sutton. 2022, Gary Luhos, Mike Joseph, Kim Naparelski. 2023, Steve Lurk. 2023, Tom Court and Nathan Oak. 2024, Tom Brett, Jim Horniak. 2025, Chad Lowe and Ron McIntyre. 2025, is he Tom Mahoven? 2026, we have all 6 of them up here. I don't know if there's 50 up here right now, but that's how many that are supposed to be here tonight, you know? But this is the who's who of high school golf in the state of Michigan. Please. So get a bunch of big, I don't know if you can get all of us in there. We gotta close them up?
How we gonna do that?
All right, close it up.
Oh, we gotta close it. What, big man?
I don't know how we're gonna do that. Holy hog.
It's a little slow.
So we're gonna do some chairs down in front.
Yes.
Convince the short people they want this going. Yeah, I had to make this work.
There's cheers down here too, guys.
Okay, this is getting more.
50 years from now. Did we get all of them that we need?
Maybe.
Yes, no one.
Okay, before we break up this group, I want to get Tonight is my swan song. Tonight's the last day of my years of being chair of our Hall of Fame, the MIG City Hall of Fame. Mark Posey will become the chairman of our Hall of Fame moving forward. And I can tell you, he will do one incredible job. Mark Posey, thank you very much for being willing to be the chair of the Hall of Fame of the MIG City. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as you leave tonight, safe travels home. I'm going over to the bar. I hope some of you can hang around a little bit too. Maggie, we got anything else? We got the silent auction. Here, take that. Thank you all.
One quick announcement, really quick. If you bid on a silent auction item and you were the last name when you signed, please come up and check and see if you won that item. If you won your item, you will take the item, the clipboard, and you will see Andy Greil, our treasurer, at the registration table. Thank you all for coming out and celebrating 50 amazing years and all of the coaches that have been a part of this great organization. Safe travels.
Well, take care, man. Good to see you. You playing tomorrow?